It looks like the most controversial thing in the Akufo-Addo-led government is the building of the National Cathedral. But Nana says whether you like it or not, whether there is money in the country or not, we are going to build the National Cathedral. This issue have been doing back and forth in Parliament. And then there was an allocation for the construction of roads and communication staff, which part of it was being allocated to go into the National Cathedral. And Parliament has disapproved it. Yes, 80 million Ghana cedis. Sam Jatta George has made some comments on that, quoted the Bible, preached in Parliament, and used a certain word, which I felt like he was insulting the president in a way. I'm not a Sam, but I've always got a fella. Let's do what? Let's get to it. So, Parliament was in session, and the issue of the National Cathedral came up once again. Yes, it has been talked about since its introduction. Yeah. And then Parliament, the majority wants to allocate 80 million Ghana cedis for the construction of to continue the construction of the National Cathedral, which minority has disapproved. Yes, minority has disapproved. And things are still going on. We don't know how it goes. But then Sam Jatta George, MP for Ningo Prampram, I think it's Ningo Prampram, stood up and preached in Parliament today. Yes, he quoted a particular scripture. Let's watch that video before we continue.
Start by putting it on record that as an elder of a church and as a Bible-believing Christian, we on this side are not against the building of a cathedral. However, Mr. Speaker, because we are Christians, we are not playing to the gallery. We are following the dictates of the Bible. And this is what the Bible we believe in says to us. In Luke 14, 28 to 30. Is there anyone here planning to build a new house, in this case a cathedral, who doesn't first sit down to figure the cost so you know if you can complete it? If you only get the foundation laid, and Mr. Speaker, the Bible is so telling. The Bible knew Ghana will have a president called Akufo-Addo. This is what he says. If you only get the foundation laid and then run out of money, you are going to look pretty foolish. Everyone passing by will poke fun at you. He started something he couldn't finish. This is the word of the Lord.
Wow. Pastor, preach on that particular word that he used, foolish. I don't know the particular Bible version he used, but then I have King James version here, and I want to check whether the Bible actually said what Sam George was saying. Sam George is an agenda man. Don't be surprised if Sam George is doing an agenda on this. Let me refer to my King James version, then you would see what my version was talking about. So Luke 14, I think 28, yeah. And I read, "For which of you intending to build a tower, sitting not down first and counting the cost, whether you have sufficient funds to finish it or not, lest happily after he has laid foundation and is not able to finish it, that behold, it begin to mock him." That's the 29. Then the 30, saying, "This man began to build and was not able to finish." I have read up to the 30, Sam George read up to. Who foolish be our? Are you guys not sure Sam George is doing an agenda? Or maybe a different version of the Bible has that. I read King James version. If you have any other version, you can put it in the comment section so that I'll be very sure whether Sam George was actually preaching from the Bible or he was just doing an agenda. Now, he went forward to state that the motive behind it is to building a church for God will mean that there will be peace in the country and all that. Sam George is asking, bigger cathedrals have been built. His church is even bigger than the National Cathedral that is being planned. But then, there is still peace in Ghana. So is it that National Cathedral that will bring peace in Ghana? Those are the questions Sam George is asking. Let us watch that video as well.
And you tell me that unless we build a cathedral, we will not have God's blessings. And you know the same people who say that we have been blessed by not having a civil war. Did we have a cathedral for us not to have a civil war? Look at the cathedrals that we have. I'm a member of the Press Chapel International. Our cathedral seats 14,000 people. You are building a 5,000-seater cathedral. If 14,000 will not attract the blessings of God, is 5,000 built by an LGBTQ advocate that will attract his blessings? The minister sits there. The minister for works and housing is in this house. We are told reliably that the consultant got 34% of the value. The minister for works and housing is here. He sets what consultancy limits must be. He has set it at 16%. So you sat in cabinet and watched your colleague minister pay a consultant 34%. Your ministry has set a standard and he has broken it 16.5. And he has paid 34%. And you didn't advise him. And you tell us that it is God. And Mr. President, they tell us that if we refuse it, because the Nehemiah tried to build, we are Sambalat and Tobias. Hey, wait. When they were building a temple, you've forgotten that there was Ananias and Sapphira. You used the name of God to steal. Stealing in the name of God. That is the sin of Ananias and Sapphira.
Honorable member, you have not laid evidence that anybody has stolen it. Can they withdraw that?
Mr. Speaker, when I said stealing, I was making reference to Ananias and Sapphira, which I did earlier. Ananias and Sapphira stole in the Bible.
You said you are stealing in the name of God. Please, if you make reference to Sapphira, please properly reference it.
Mr. Speaker, for the purposes of clarity, Ananias and Sapphira stole money for the church. And if today we are seeing a disparity of 114 million, that is not being accounted for properly. Mr. Speaker, if this is not Ananias and Sapphira, I don't know what it is. But Mr. Speaker, the most important thing for me here is for us to know that we will have.
I remember, hold on. Yes.
So yes, that is what is going on now. Yeah, if you are new to this channel, this is not our usual content, but from today onwards, we will be referring to issues happening in Parliament and we'll be bringing you live on this channel. Yes, right to you on this channel. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscription button. And if you have not kept the post notification bell on, that small bell, click it so that you get notification anytime we bring you an issue on this channel. We do entertainment, politics, music reactions, everything you need to entertain yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Charlie, we will meet later.